Reality Switch, Minecraft Edition, by Carter, age 9. Chapter 1. I punched the poster-adorned wall. I hate this place. All of the subs are way too mean. Ah! I shrieked.
Calm down, Alex. I'm working on a way out of here. I could use some help, though.
Ember reassured me. I couldn't stop punching the wall. It seemed to be cracking in just one little block. Oh wait, I was holding the mouse button down. Wait, what? How am I holding the mouse button down and punching the wall at the same time? I asked, puzzled. Wow, look at that. It even makes us say stuff. Then I turned around. I saw a ginormous Minecraft version of myself behind a giant screen. So I was in the computer. I don't know why, but I instinctively jumped through the computer screen and landed in my Minecraft body. That is amazing use of redstone. I can't believe how much work was put into this, I commented. But how reality switched, we may never know.
Okay, that's one good way to escape, I guess. We can just mine our way through the walls, even though that's kind of a waste.
Ember suggested. We all started mining away at the walls. Glass clinked and shattered. And bricks smashed and crumbled as we paraded loudly out of the terrible building. Suddenly a hole was mined in the floor. It led to a tunnel where water flowed along slowly. Unfortunately, Kyle stopped paying attention and tripped into the hole. The same event occurred with Ember, so I stopped the stampede. Two of our numbers fell into an underground spring. I am going to help them alone. When I am down there, I want you to block it up so that no one else falls in. If I don't return by tomorrow, you can come look for me, I declared, more confidently than I meant. I leapt down the hole. I held my breath, for as I got swept away by the current. I swam down the tunnel with much splashing and sloshing. Finally, I found land. The first torch I had seen since I fell down the hole came into view. Under it stood Ember.
Alex, you're here! Do you know how to get out?
Ember exclaimed. I could understand her joy upon seeing me. No, but I have a pig and a horse that were randomly following me. Do you want something to ride? I offered.
I guess I'll take the pig.
Ember shrugged. Have you by any chance seen Kyle? He fell down first, and I don't know where he is now. I worried.
I thought I saw him earlier, but I don't know where he went. I wouldn't worry, though. He's a Minecraft expert.
Ember reassured me. Yeah, but we should still look for it. I didn't jump down that hole for no reason, I reasoned.
Wait, you actually jumped down here on purpose?
Ember bewilderedly questioned. Well, I couldn't think of anything else except ignore everything and keep destroying, I remarked.
Let's just go farther down the tunnel and see what happens.
Ember ended the conversation. So we trekked our way through the dirt-packed tunnel. I wonder how this place was made. It didn't look very well used, as the ground was loose and crumbly. After about 5 minutes, we came across 2 ocelots with low health.
What is an ocelot doing in a mine shaft?
Ember wondered aloud.
Do you want to run back and grab some fish from the river? We could tame the cats and be creeper-proof.
Ember asked me, hopeful. Yeah, and if I'm not back in 5 minutes, come look for me, I shouted over my shoulder. I trotted off towards the beginning of the tunnel, to the end of the unlit river. That river wasn't just dark. It was like midnight, on the night of the new moon. I killed the fish, collected the meat, and ran back down the tunnel. I found Ember still safe and in the same spot, much to my relief. I gave Ember a fish and slowly approached my ocelot. I held out the fish, not going very fast at all, and then pop! The ocelot had been tamed, and guess what? It was my favorite kind of cat, a Siamese! Hey Ember, what cat did you get? I got a Siamese! I whispered, not wanting to interrupt any taming that might still be happening.
I got a Siamese too. I guessed I would get a tuxedo, but I like Siamese more anyway.
Ember replied. Great! I responded. We started walking down the tunnel again, wary of even the slightest crunch of dirt. The echoes of our footsteps were echoing so loudly there could have been an elephant walking in the tunnel. If an elephant could fit in the tunnel, anyway. I was more than a little bit scared. About 10 minutes later, we spotted Kyle fighting a zombie and pointedly ignoring a cave spider. Another pig wandered around aimlessly. Kyle finally destroyed the zombie, grabbed the rotten flesh, and held out some wheat to summon his pig.
Kyle, over here!
Ember and I shouted. We ran over to Kyle, glad that no one had died except the zombie. Again.
Don't hit me! I have low health!
Kyle shouted in reply.
Fine, we won't, but we need to get out of here.
Ember insisted.
Okay, but we can't go any further. There's a lava pit up ahead. I can't build a bridge without more materials.
Kyle replied, hoping we had enough materials to fix it. He pulled out some steak and started eating it. Meanwhile, above ground, Sean accidentally made a hole in the floor. Directly under the floor was the very lava pit Kyle had mentioned just then. Of course, he didn't realize that there was lava and fell right into it. Sean was overcome with a burning sensation, and then he realized that he was on fire.
Oh, I'm dying! I'm on fire!
Sean screamed. A few seconds later, he died. Suddenly, he popped into a snow biome, but he was living in the desert. Maybe it had something to do with where he was born. But I wonder how that happened. Chapter 2.
Ah! Help me!
The trio in the tunnel heard Sean's shrieking for help.
I don't really care that he's dying, do you?
Ember remarked dully. Nah, I don't really care either. He was always annoying and weird. He'll pop up in another place anyway, I answered.
For the first time, I don't care either.
Kyle agreed.
If we try to help him, he'll either be trapped in cobblestone or he will kill us too.
I've got to say, that was the first time I hadn't heard him say,
I care.
When we said something like that.
It looks like the pigs care, though.
Sure enough, they were heading towards the lava.
No, stupid pig! You're supposed to stay away from the lava!
Kyle shouted at his pig. I don't care about the pigs. We need to get out of here, I insisted.
Well, I care!
Kyle shouted. He ran over to the lava and fished out the pig. Can we just go now? I whined. I'll just build a bridge and we can leave somehow. Suddenly, Kyle's pig started to crash into the wall. It wouldn't stop, while Ember and I saw the diamond ore block the pig was hitting. It was obvious Kyle did not. He started mining the wall bare-handed. About an hour later.
Come on, we don't have all day. Hurry up!
Kyle shouted, obviously irritated.
Kyle, stop! Get an iron pickaxe before you waste the diamond!
Ember yelled back. Kyle stopped mining.
I'm mining dirt, not diamond. What are you talking about?
Kyle exclaimed. I threw an iron pickaxe I had found at him. Oh my gosh, Kyle, would you turn around and look at what you were mining? Haven't you learned anything? I was annoyed and disappointed at Kyle's stupidity. Kyle turned around.
Oh, thanks for the pickaxe, though.
Kyle changed the subject. Sometimes I wonder if you actually pay attention to life, Kyle. I sighed.
Well, I don't have to pay attention to life in Minecraft. I only have to pay attention to the zombies and creepers trying to eat my brains, and the Enderman trying to steal my house.
Kyle retorted. We were silent, since this was a pretty good point. So we mined our way through the diamond. With our pickaxes, we got through most of the diamond pretty quickly. I also put a crafting table in the center to make armor.
Will there ever be an end to this diamond? My pickaxe is getting worn out.
Kyle complained, but just as he mentioned that, the diamond stopped. He had unleashed the talking ocelot. Meow, I was napping. Why'd you wake me up? Mining makes a lot of noise, you know. Ignorant humans. Talking ocelot whined.
Sorry, we couldn't see you. Reality switched, so Diamond isn't clear anymore.
We exclaimed all at once. I think that I would know that this world isn't right. I was the one who hit that rusty old switch, Talking Ocelot declared. I didn't know what to think, except that this animal seemed a bit stuck up.
What were you thinking? We are stuck who knows where because of you.
Kyle.
Put this world right now!
Ember shrieked. This felt like a blinding flash of light and noise after a mellow, silent darkness. But I can't. The switch can only be turned every 100 years because it's broken. This Minecraft world will not end until you kill Herobrine and steal his enchantments. Only then can the switch be fixed. Talking Ocelot shrugged. It didn't seem very concerned or anything. All I can tell you is that it doesn't matter to me.
You should hear how conceited you sound. Also, we are supposed to destroy Herobrine? Haven't you heard that it is practically impossible to do that?
Ember rhetorically wondered.
We need to try the impossible. We need to destroy Herobrine.
Kyle spoke up excitedly. I never thought I would hear Kyle say that. Ember and I looked at him like, what the heck do you think you are thinking? He is right, though. We can't live like this forever. Chapter 3. The Talking Ocelot gave us the directions out and to Herobrine's lair. First, we had to cross the lava pit. Easy. Then, there was a pressure plate that revealed a ladder out into the open. Easy. We would turn up about 500 blocks away from what we had thought was Herobrine's lair. Hard. We walked as fast as our Minecraft legs could take us, which wasn't all that fast. But we should have stayed far, far away. The second after we walked into the building, a pressure plate was pushed, a cobweb fell down, I sprinted back out the door. Think it was my all-time worst enemy, a skeleton. Kyle was using his head and darted out of the way of the web. Ember wasn't paying attention at all. The web fell right onto her head and she was trapped. 2 zombies came over and took her away. Ember struggled, but it was pointless.
Alex, come back here. It's just a web.
Kyle shouted.
Do you want Ember to die and respawn somewhere far, far away? That would be a disaster. She's been captured by zombies.
I ran back, but I was tired enough to sleep for a century. I stopped running and started limping when I got back into the multi-storied building. I crashed to the floor, hardly able to move at all. Stupid grass. I keep forgetting I'm allergic. I groaned. I could barely open my eyes, let alone rescue anyone.
Just get up. I'll go after the zombies and you can catch up when you feel like it. But don't take too long. We don't want another diamond ore incident.
Kyle sighed. Then he left, chasing the zombies down. A few minutes after Kyle left, I got up. I stumbled up the steep marble stairs. It was kind of like trying to climb up the side of a pyramid. When I got to the top, the sun glinted off a shiny blue thing that looked like the
Lapis Lazuli sword!
I've got to get this out of here. I think it is the only thing that can kill Herobrine, I instinctively thought to myself. Suddenly, my cat meowed and moved away from me. Someone was coming. I sprinted to the window, leapt out, and literally flew to Kyle. When I caught up, I threw the sword to Kyle. His reaction and face were hilarious.
Whoa, where'd you get this? I didn't know they existed. And how are you flying?
Kyle gasped in amazement. I felt proud of myself. I had finally done something helpful and not just sat there for moral support. The sword was left in the fake castle on the second floor. The flying is a glitch in my skin. I didn't know it existed until I jumped out the window. I heard a strange robotic voice say that in my mind. I replied, I had already gotten used to flying, as though I was supposed to be in the air, flying around from place to place.
Well, we really need to find Ember so we can destroy Herobrine. Follow those zombies!
Kyle commanded. I raced ahead in the air, stopping every now and then to make sure Kyle was still behind me. After a couple hundred blocks of being chased, the zombies disappeared. I spotted a hole in the ground where they had stood moments ago. It was giving me deja vu.
I think the zombies went down here. It must be Herobrine's lair.
Kyle exclaimed. I shushed him. We didn't know who could be listening. Kyle jumped down the hole while I stopped my flying and fell straight in. Under that hole was water, 50 blocks deep, barely survivable if you fell to the bottom. At least it wasn't lava, though. But we caught a glimpse of a looming shadow up ahead, which I'm assuming was the real lair. We had to go to the edge of the moat, farthest from the fortress, and parkoured our way across. We entered the underground fortress, wary of the slightest noise or movement. Then we found Ember in a dark room. Two serious-looking skeletons guarded her cell. "Ember! Over here, Ember!" I shouted.
Alex, Kyle, can you help me? I can't get out without attracting attention to myself.
Ember asked. It seemed to me like a pretty dumb question, considering the circumstances and the reason all of us were here anyway. Of course, that's why we are here. Here's the plan. Kyle and I will dig a tunnel starting far away from the cell, and you can distract the guards. We will go through the tunnel, then we can destroy Herobrine. I cautiously whispered the plan. Ember took out a flower and started tapping one of the skeletons with it. Kyle started digging the tunnel part closest to the cell. I flew over to where the end would be and got to work. The skeleton Ember had been tapping made a weird noise and died. Ember started on the other skeletal guard.
Ember, the tunnel's ready. Look under the bed.
Kyle shouted from the tunnel as the last skeleton died. Ember then joined us in the tunnels, bracing for impact as she fell down. We inched through the tunnel, and when we came out, we were a couple blocks away from Herobrine's living room, just like I planned. We entered the forbidden room. "You ignorant fools fell right into my trap. You fell into the tunnel, entered the fake lair, and came for me to devour you. You even believed that stuck-up cat. Tonight I will feast upon humans after a century-long fast," Herobrine declared in delight and amusement. If he weren't so scary and big, I would have thought of him as kind of funny. Chapter 4. Herobrine. The very name strikes fear in everyone's heart. But there we were, 3 fifth-grade GATE students, fighting against an evil, powerful monster. It wasn't a competition, but we had to win. The fate of the world depended on it, so we have to not die. Too bad we didn't have beds, or even food. Kyle took out the lapis lazuli sword.
I'm gonna climb on top of his head and stab him so hard he won't know what hit them. You guys can deal small damage to his legs and torso. Also, look for chests that might be hiding somewhere around here. I hope this works.
Kyle shouted. Upon hearing this, Herobrine grew even bigger and grew spikes like an ender dragon. Explosions went off somewhere. Just as he had planned, Kyle parkoured from spike to spike on Herobrine's back. Ember and I danced around Herobrine's feet and dealt damage just big enough to slow Herobrine to a stop. With sharp eyes, we scanned the room for hidden chests. I flew up to a few chests and only found cookies and melons. Staying out of harm's way was tough, but we all remained pretty much unscathed. Finally, Kyle reached Herobrine's shoulders.
1, 2, 3, die!
Kyle screamed. With that final word, Kyle stabbed Herobrine in the face. Herobrine fell to the floor and disappeared in a dying puff of purple smoke. All of everything Herobrine ever had was on the floor where he had landed. That was basically 64, every single thing, from every single mod and everything else. After letting Kyle collect all of the stuff, he was the only one who knew exactly what to do with it, we noticed something odd. Nothing was pixely anymore. Things could be round, and we looked normal again. I stopped flying. We had broken the spell, fixed the switch, and gotten our own pets, all in one day, but that wasn't all there was to it. We were directly teleported to a park. It looked like there was a party happening with streamers and balloons. It was really very odd and unsettling. Finally, Ember broke the silence.
Guys, what just happened? Did we somehow merge dreams? Did we defeat Herobrine and fix the switch? The one that switched the world between realities?
Ember asked in a rush.
Well, kind of. No, you weren't in the same dream. You were using your mind spirits, because you were the only ones with enough thoughts in your brain to do it.
Ember explained.
You did destroy Herobrine and fix the switch as well. You should have found the lapis lazuli sword, and you did. Does that make sense?
Geez, Ember, you sound like Pandora. Anyway, it makes enough sense for me to believe it. But then again, I believe in a lot of things, I replied, catching on. Kyle was the only one still using his mind spirit.
Kyle, wake up! You don't want to lose yourself to your mind, do you?
Ember shouted. Then Kyle did wake up.
I needed to put away our treasure.
Kyle explained, obviously annoyed at our supposed stupidity. But Kyle was right. The treasure remained in the same spot to this very day, and no one knows where it is except Ember, Kyle, and I. That's how it was, and that's how it will stay.
Wow, that was an amazing map. I like how he turned it normal in the beginning and at the end. That was what, his third map?
Kyle exclaimed. It took us like 50,000 episodes to complete, but that was still super cool. And they named the villager Amber. What a coincidence, I cried, mystified.
Well, as a reward we get to name it, since we were the first ones to complete it.
Ember explained.
Why don't we name it Escape from School to Fix the World?
I like it, I agreed.
Yeah, it makes sense. At least it's not like some random stupid name.
Kyle reasoned. So that is what it is named. The map may or may not really exist. Please do not hold us responsible, because you know this is a fiction.